The room was dim, lit only by the glow of a holographic projector. The soft hum of the machine was the only sound, creating an eerie atmosphere that heightened the tension in the room. 3 figures huddled around the table, their faces illuminated by the flickering light of the hologram. Their faces were etched with anticipation and a touch of apprehension, each one lost in their own thoughts about the mission ahead. The target was a fortress of information, a data vault belonging to a shadowy corporation known only as the Leviathan. This was no ordinary data center, it was a digital fortress, a place where the world's most sensitive information was stored. Its secrets were legendary, whispered among the world's elite hackers and spies. Stories of its impenetrability had become almost mythic, a challenge that only the bravest or most foolish would dare to take on. "This is it, people," a gruff voice said, breaking the silence. The voice belonged to Ethan, their handler, a man who exuded an aura of quiet competence. Ethan was a seasoned veteran, someone who had seen it all and done it all. His calm demeanor was a source of reassurance for the team. "The Leviathan's data vault. Impregnable, they say," he continued, his voice steady and confident. "But we know better, don't we?" The team nodded in agreement, their confidence bolstered by Ethan's unwavering belief in their abilities. Ethan tapped a control, and the hologram flickered to life, displaying a 3-dimensional model of the vault. The intricate details of the vault's defenses were laid out before them, a digital blueprint of their target. It was a masterpiece of modern security-reinforced concrete walls, laser grids, pressure sensors, and enough surveillance cameras to rival a small city. Every inch of the vault was designed to keep intruders out. "Mikki, you're our tech wizard. You'll handle the digital side of things," Ethan said, his gaze shifting to a young woman with bright eyes and a mischievous smile. Mikki was a prodigy, a genius with computers who could hack into any system. Her confidence was infectious, and she gave Ethan a nod, ready to take on the challenge. "Mouni, you're our shadow. Your job is to get inside, unseen, unheard," Ethan continued. Mouni, lean and agile, was the team's infiltration expert. Mouni nodded silently, her eyes already tracing potential infiltration routes in the hologram. She was a master of stealth, able to move through the shadows like a ghost. Ethan looked at his team, a sense of pride swelling in his chest. They were the best of the best, each one bringing a unique set of skills to the table. This mission was dangerous, but with this team, he knew they had a fighting chance. The team began to prepare their equipment, each one focused on their task. The room buzzed with a quiet intensity, the weight of the mission hanging heavy in the air. A digital countdown timer on the wall ticked down the minutes, a constant reminder of the limited time they had to execute their plan. They shared a determined look, a silent promise to each other that they would see this mission through, no matter the cost. The data vault awaited, and they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. And finally, Ethan continued with a sense of finality in his voice. "We have Tiger, our eyes and ears on the outside. Tiger's role is crucial. He monitors the systems, ensuring that we stay one step ahead of any potential threats." A chuckle rippled through the room as a voice piped up from a speaker system, adding a touch of levity to the tense atmosphere.
"Just try and stop me," Tiger's voice echoed with a mix of confidence and challenge, daring anyone to thwart his plans.
Tiger, the team's remote hacker, was a legend in their own right, known for his unparalleled skills and ability to navigate the most complex systems with ease. A phantom in the digital realm, moving through cyberspace like a ghost, unseen and undetected. Mikki, her fingers already dancing across the keyboard with a speed and precision that was mesmerizing to watch, had begun running preliminary scans of the vault's network. She was in her element, her mind working at lightning speed to identify any vulnerabilities.
"Firewalls are impressive," she mused, her eyes narrowing as she analyzed the data streaming across her screen. "But I've seen worse." Her voice carried a hint of excitement, a thrill that came from facing a worthy opponent.
Mikki thrived on challenges, each new obstacle a puzzle to be solved, a game to be won, and this was shaping up to be a digital playground for her, a place where she could push her skills to the limit and beyond. Mouni, meanwhile, was studying the building plans with an intensity that spoke of her dedication and expertise, her mind mapping out every possible entry point, every potential weakness in the structure, every blind spot in the surveillance system. She was meticulous, leaving no stone unturned in her quest for perfection. She moved with a fluid grace that belied her deadly skills, her movements almost a dance as she navigated the secure environment, a whisper in the wind that could slip past even the most watchful eyes. Her ability to move undetected was legendary, a skill honed through years of practice and precision. Tiger, from his remote location, was already infiltrating the city's traffic cameras, disabling security feeds and creating diversions. His actions were seamless, a testament to his expertise and experience.
"Think of it as stage magic," he quipped, his voice filled with a playful confidence. "Except the audience doesn't know they're part of the show." His words hung in the air, a reminder of the delicate balance between illusion and reality in their line of work.
The night of the operation arrived. cloaked in a blanket of darkness and a light drizzle. The air was thick with anticipation, every drop of rain adding to the tension that hung in the atmosphere. The team knew that this was the moment they had been preparing for, the culmination of months of planning and training. The team moved with practiced precision, their movements honed by countless hours of training. Each member knew their role, their place in the intricate dance of the operation. They communicated with hand signals and whispers, their coordination seamless, and their focus unwavering. Mikki, armed with her custom-built tech kit, set up a mobile command center in a nondescript van parked a safe distance from the target. The van was a hub of activity, filled with screens, wires, and gadgets that Mikki had meticulously assembled. She was the eyes and ears of the operation, her tech skills crucial to the team's success. Mouni, clad in black from head to toe, melted into the shadows, her movements almost imperceptible. She was a ghost in the night, her presence felt only by those who knew to look for her. Her training had made her an expert in stealth, her ability to blend into her surroundings unmatched. She navigated the outer perimeter with ease, bypassing laser grids, scaling walls, and moving with the grace of a dancer. Each obstacle was a challenge she met with confidence, her skills honed to perfection, and slipping past pressure sensors as if they were mere inconveniences. Her movements were fluid and precise, each step calculated to avoid detection. She was a master of her craft, her expertise evident in every action. Each step was a testament to her years of training, her body a finely tuned instrument of stealth. She moved with the confidence of someone who knew their abilities, her every action deliberate and controlled. Inside the van, Mikki's fingers flew across the keyboard, her mind racing to keep up with the demands of the operation. She was in her element, her focus intense as she monitored the situation, her eyes darting between multiple screens. Each screen displayed a different aspect of the operation, from security feeds to communication channels. Mikki's ability to process and respond to the information was crucial to the team's success.
Security systems are coming online, she reported, her voice steady despite the complexity of the task at hand. She knew that any mistake could jeopardize the entire operation. Her voice calm despite the mounting pressure. Facial recognition, thermal imaging, the works. She was prepared for anything, her confidence in her abilities unwavering. Thermal imaging, the works. She was prepared for anything, her confidence in her abilities unwavering.
"Don't worry, Mikki," Tiger's voice crackled through the speakers, his tone reassuring. He was the backbone of the team, his presence a source of strength for everyone involved. "I've got your back. Consider their security system reconfigured." His skills as a hacker were unparalleled, his ability to manipulate and control digital systems a key asset to the team.
As if on cue, the surveillance cameras outside the vault flickered and died, their feeds cut off by Tiger's expert hacking. The team had a narrow window of opportunity and they moved quickly to take advantage of it, plunging a section of the perimeter into darkness. The sudden loss of surveillance created a gap in the security, a gap that Mouni was ready to exploit. Mouni seized the opportunity, slipping past the now blind cameras and into the building. Her movements were swift and silent, her focus entirely on the task at hand. She knew that every second counted, and she moved with the urgency of someone who understood the stakes. With Mouni inside, the real challenge began. The data vault was protected by a labyrinthine network, a digital fortress designed to repel even the most skilled hackers. But Mikki was not easily deterred. Her fingers danced across the keyboard, a blur of motion as she navigated firewalls, bypassed intrusion detection systems, and cracked encryption keys.
"I'm in," she announced, a triumphant grin spreading across her face. "But it's a maze in here, multiple layers of security, each more complex than the last."
The data they sought was hidden deep within the system, a digital needle in a haystack of information.
"Don't rush it, Mikki," Ethan cautioned, his voice a calming presence in the otherwise tense atmosphere. "We've got all night."
But time was a luxury they couldn't afford. The longer they stayed, the greater the risk of detection. Meanwhile, Mouni moved through the building with a grace that defied the danger of her situation.
I was a wraith, a phantom gliding through corridors, my every movement calculated to avoid detection.
Security checkpoints, laser grids, pressure plates. She navigated them all with an almost supernatural awareness of her surroundings.
I reached the vault door, a slab of reinforced steel that seemed to mock me with its impenetrability.
But Mouni had anticipated this. From her belt she produced a small device, a masterpiece of miniaturization crafted by their tech genius, Mikki.
It emitted a high-frequency pulse, momentarily disabling the electronic lock.
The heavy vault door swung open, revealing a small, brightly lit room, the antechamber to the digital heart of the Leviathan.
I slipped inside, the door closing silently behind me. I was in the belly of the beast now.
"Mooni's in position,"
Ethan reported, his voice tight with tension.
"Mikki, how much longer?"
"Almost there. Just need to bypass this last firewall."
On her screen, lines of code scrolled at a dizzying pace, each keystroke bringing her closer to their goal.
I've got eyes on the security guard. Looks like he's decided to take an early coffee break. Lucky for us, he forgot to log out of his workstation.
Opportunity makes a thief, Tiger.
Mikki, can you use that to your advantage?
Already on it.
Using the security guard's credentials, Mikki was able to create a backdoor into the system, granting her access to the vault's central database. The air crackled with anticipation as Mikki prepared to download the data.
This is it. One wrong move and we trigger an alarm that'll bring the whole building down on us.
Steady as she goes, Mikki.
You've got this.
Taking a deep breath, Mikki initiated the download. Data streamed across her screen, a torrent of information representing years of secrets, conspiracies, and illegal activities. The Leviathan's grip on power, built on a foundation of lies and deceit, was about to crumble.
Download complete, we got it.
But their ordeal was far from over. The moment they tapped into the vault's central database, alarms began to blare, bathing the building in a cacophony of sound.
They know. Time to go. Mikki, how long to wipe the systems? 5 minutes tops? After that, it's like we were never here?
Mouni, her senses on high alert, heard the approaching footsteps of security guards.
I've got company. They're closing in.
We're on our way.
Just hold them off for 2 minutes.
The escape was a blur of adrenaline and close calls. Mouni, using a combination of agility and misdirection, managed to evade the guards long enough for Mikki to wipe their tracks and for Tiger to disable the building's security systems. They regrouped at the rendezvous point, their hearts pounding, their breaths coming in ragged gasps. Back at their safe house, the mood was lighter, a sense of relief and accomplishment washing over them. They had done it. They had infiltrated the supposedly impenetrable data vault and walked away with the Leviathan's secrets. Good work, everyone, Ethan said, raising his glass in a silent toast. We earned this one. As they celebrated their victory, they knew that this was just the beginning. The data they had stolen would have far-reaching consequences, exposing the Leviathan's corrupt practices and bringing them to justice. But for now, they allowed themselves a moment of satisfaction, a brief respite before the next mission called.